Hello there, my Toronto Raptor fans. Yesterday was the anniversary of the Raptors' first game at the Air Canada Centre, which is known as Scotiabank Arena. It's their 32nd season, I think it is. So I'm going to take you back to the very first Raptors home game versus the Brooklyn Nets. Enjoy the epic, what do you call it? The epic classic game between the Toronto Raptors and the Brooklyn Nets that happened 32 years ago for the first time ever when the Raptors came into the league. Enjoy the classic episode of Toronto Raptors basketball.
Uh, there were parties, there were events, everybody was talking about it. And you got to remember, like, I grew up in this city. This is a hockey town. If you're not talking Maple Leafs, nobody's listening, right? And all of a sudden, the NBA is here.
As somebody who loved the game of basketball since I was a kid and understood what basketball meant to my community and the people I grew up with and how it spread across the city and the country, to encapsulate what that meant at that juncture is kind of tough. To have an NBA franchise here was more of a, to the basketball community, like, it's about time. Whereas other people saw it as, really? There's a basketball team in Toronto? It's not gonna work. But we knew it worked. The basketball community knew it worked.
We were pretty green. Like, I grew up around basketball my whole life, but to have an NBA franchise in your city is a completely different experience. Where do I buy tickets? Who do I go? It was just so brand new.
Toronto has big time basketball with the NBA coming to town, and the night was electric. It was. I remember the first hoop by Alvin Robertson, a three-pointer, and the herringbone floor, and just everything around it it holds a special place for me.
Just the showmanship in general was really hilarious. Peak 90s, very camp. You had four dudes dressed as Tarzan bring out an egg on like something Cleopatra would come out on. They knock on it, the raptor emerges in the height of Jurassic Park. That's your new mascot. And then the league is hit with just these 10 out of 10 white jerseys. The Raptors' jagged pinstripes looked so good. It was one of those things where just kind of the marketing was just cheesy enough, but it aligned with the times.
Here we go. Team found a sweet spot for game day.
Hang on. Is that a legal play? Get Gemini in the game.
Thanks. Can we park it today?
Yes, you're good till 2 a.m.
Pixel in the clutch. Google Pixel 10.
Even better on Bell.
The opening tip. We're underway, and the Raptors win it. John Tabak brings it back to Damon Stoudemire, who will set up his offense, watched by Kenny Anderson. Inside for Tabak. Alvin Robertson for three. There is the first ever basket scored by a Toronto Raptor. Robertson for three again. Tabak, fresh 24 to Ed Pinkney. P.G. Brown brings it down, and Anderson drives through the paint and has the first basket of the season for the New Jersey Nets.
And that's what Kenny Anderson does so well.
Carlos Rogers. Bounce pass in for Robertson, who spins and hits for two.
Excellent recognition by Rogers.
Here's a piece of history right here, Leo.
That's number 43, Armin Gilliam. He picks up his first
Alvin Robertson knocking in the three.
Anderson through the legs.
That's the quickness of Kenny Anderson. Damon Stoudemire got up close to Kenny Anderson. You have to be careful. He's so quick with the dribble.
Opening night at Skydome. Kevin Edwards. Two-pointer.
And that's the perimeter game the New Jersey Nets needed so badly that was missing.
3-point Toronto lead.
Interesting matchup with John Tabak and Yinkadare here. Yinkadare using his strength. He's been considered a project for this New Jersey Ball Club. Didn't play much last year.
Robertson inbounds to Tabak, takes it strong.
Sean Tabak, that's what he does so well. He can get up and down the court for a big guy. He runs the court exceptionally well, and he can finish in the open court. You get him going, he can get that ball high up off the glass. Soft touch.
Gilliam and Pinckney with the block there. Pinckney got the ball. Robertson all alone.
And a good decision by Damon Stoudemire. Quick pass to Alvin Robertson.
Up high, finds Stoudemire. A cutting Robertson. Again.
Excellent look, an excellent cut by Robertson.
Robertson hangs on to it. Pinckney, shot clock to 10. Stoudemire shovels it to Robertson to Pinckney. Earl has the shot, takes it, got it.
And that's his shot. AC Earl loves that short foul line jumper. Again, you have to put a body on people. Now, one of the things we're surprised, we haven't seen the Raptors put any full court pressure on. They've been applying a lot of pressure in the preseason games. Maybe Brendan Malone is just letting him calm down, get into the flow of the game, get the butterflies out before he goes to the full court pressure.
Shot clock to 7. Stoudemire, easy.
Oh, excellent penetration. Stoudemire came off the screen, saw nobody was there, and turned on the Jets.
Gilliam fakes the shot, hooks it, got it.
Armin Gilliam is a solid player. Exceptional down in the low post, really does a good job. Filled in more than admirably in all the absences of Derek Coleman, who's not playing with this New Jersey Ball Club right now with a heart problem, a regular heartbeat.
8 seconds on the shot clock, 9 on the game clock, 5 on the shot clock. Robertson looking for a shot, Earl underneath.
Oh my, what a great pass by Alvin Robertson.
Last shot from O'Bannon.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and what has to be considered a very successful opening quarter for the Toronto Raptors.
A monumental day, historic day. And a lot of people had a little anxiety, a little nervous, but everything turned out well. We got the win. I had a double-double. It was a great atmosphere. Great atmosphere. I was happy with the crowd. I was excited. And, on that particular night, especially, we got that win.
Nets come back, and into the game, Chris Childs brings the Nets within 2. 21-19, his second quarter underway at Skydome. AC Earl again, Alvin Robertson. Bounces to Sally, looks for Anderson. Double team there, Earl with the shot clock at 6. And it drops.
AC Earl again showing that soft touch.
Here's Willie Anderson. He's had trouble handling the ball the last times up the floor. There's Tracy Murray for 3.
Not taking much time to get into the game. Tracy Murray. That's what happens. Shooters make a shot, and they think they can make anything. And sometimes you just have to wait and get a better opportunity. That's a shot you can get anytime you want.
Shot by Vern Fleming for 2.
Vern Fleming has a nice game.
Team foul number 2.
John Sally watched by former teammate Rick Mahorn on the floor. AC Earl with the fall.
Oh my goodness. We're going to get rain with that shot, Rod.
Also waiting for the net.
10 points for AC Earl. 9-point Raptor lead. Steal by Stoudemire.
And that's in very simplified terms, right?
Well,
it actually gets very complicated. And Tracy Murray's lighting it up. One of the things you watch Kenny Anderson trying to penetrate, Damon Stoudemire does a great job with his feet, cutting the cutter off, and Rick Mahorn doing a great job with his feet.
Kevin Edwards will set it up now with 1 minute and 50 seconds left in this first half.
Rod, I was talking to Butch Beard Great move by Kenny Anderson.
Excellent move by Anderson.
Butch Beard was saying at the shoot-around this morning that he's really concerned how this team would react if they lost this ball game. Oh, and AC Earl with the offensive rebound.
Only 14 New Jersey points in this second quarter. A minute left. Stoudemire feeds to Earl.
Great pass. Stoudemire. And AC Earl hesitated for a second, but then he saw the little man go into lane, and he went in for the dunk.
Biggest lead of the ball game now. 15 points. O'Bannon.
And O'Bannon makes up for the miss by the follow and gets his first field goal of the game. Oh, absolutely. Can't be happy with what's going on right here. And Brendan Malone telling his club to be patient. Get a good shot. You want to get the last shot. You want to go into the half with as much of a lead as you can and build on it.
David Stoudemire will have a feature on the little big man at halftime. Commissioner David Stern coming up too. 13 seconds left.
See a little isolation. Two of the quicker players in the league. Damon Stoudemire one-on-one against Kenny Anderson. And Anderson sneaking in on block.
Last shot. They don't get it off. But the Toronto Raptors in their first ever NBA game.
You know they hand out those white things that you bang, bang, bang like that. So you're supposed to do it when the other team's shooting their free throws. But all the fans going, it didn't matter who's shooting them, they're doing it. And I think I remember Brendan Malone saying, no, not when we're shooting, no. Right? So, there was a lot of that newness, right? I mean, even in our broadcast, we had a national CTV broadcast. We had a fine line of not talking over the audience or down to the audience, right? Because some people knew, a lot of people didn't. Like we actually were explaining 3 seconds, traveling, basics during the course of an NBA game. And that was a hard thing to do without alienating fans that knew the game.
I think the newness and for me the quirkiness in it was that the fans were uneducated. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just that this is new for them. They're learning, If I could draw a Canadian analogy to hockey, like the first time you put on skates.
And some people really didn't know the game, didn't understand the game, but they're just interested, so they come to the game. Yeah, there was some education that had to happen to the larger groups of people, but there were people that understood exactly what was happening and knew everything about the game that you need to know.
Good job by Damon pulling the ball back out. All right, let's get something, fellas.
The cutter, and we have a goaltending call.
And that's what happens. They could have easily have come down, taken a quick shot again, turned the ball over. Instead, Damon brought the ball down, pulled it out, and said, okay, let's get set up right now. And there you go. Alvin Robertson makes the cut, gets the hoop.
11 points for Alvin Robertson. 50-34. Toronto Raptors in their first NBA regular season game. The first professional basketball game since 1946 in Toronto. Robertson, Stoudemire.
Great hustle, great defensive effort by the Toronto Raptors. Damon Stoudemire.
Stoudemire has 6. The Raptors have 52.
It's funny, Brendan Malone calls him as Jimmy Cagney on the court. Damon Stoudemire. Tough little guy.
There's Williams, had the shot, didn't take it, pumps, and gets it, and gets the foul.
Big time shot by Jason Williams. AC Earl did a good job of putting the body on him, and Carlos Rogers came over to help out. But Williams getting the high archer over the outstretched hands of both the Raptor defenders.
Williams converts the three-point play, 52-37. Trying to feed it into Robertson. He does. Double team there. Shot clock at 8. Earl to Carlos Rogers.
Trust matters in sport and in business, and that's why I chose a .ca domain for my business. With a GoDaddy business email bundle, You can get a free .ca domain for the first year and a matching business email to help tie everything together. When they match, they're more memorable, and that creates a lasting impression, making you look legit, consistent, and professional. It even comes with 24/7 support. In fact, Canadians are 4 times more likely to choose your .ca domain over a .com one. If you want to look more professional and stand out as a Canadian brand, start with a .ca domain name and a matching business email from GoDaddy.
With authority. I told you, he has as much talent as you could want, and the big hands to take it up strong and dunk over the opposition. What a play by Carlos Rogers.
Anderson again into the paint. Out to Gilliam for 2.
Armin Gilliam has been very quiet. He can make that shot. He's a powerful player inside. They haven't used him that much. The Nets haven't looked to him to establish their inside game, and he hasn't had many scoring opportunities because he can't shoot that medium-range jumper as well.
Rogers back to Earl again with the open shot, but stolen there by the Nets. Here's Anderson with Williams. Anderson takes it himself and will set it up and wait for his teammates.
Great for the Nets. AC Earl looked like he got fouled on the arm going up for that shot.
Williams for 2. Good rebound by Armin Gilliam. The hammer up again. Off. Again the Nets have it. Williams pitches it back to Anderson. Edwards. Finally they get it. Earl looks for the ball. Doesn't get it from Stoudemire. Robertson for 3.
We got to look at Chris King briefly in the game in Winnipeg against the Raptors, Rod, and I'll tell you what, he was impressive there. 3 or 4 guys to the glass trying to get the ball. They just can't get the bounce.
Gilliam with the sky hook over AC Earl.
That was I'll give you my one off the bat now, Rod. You know, you heard me talk about it. The Chicago Bulls look pretty good. Dennis Rodman on that roster. You have to get excited about that ball club.
Willie Anderson tried the 3. Tracy Murray strong on the boards with the rebound.
And he knows what it's like to be an expansion team, and he thought that this Raptor team was not only talented, but very hungry. And the fact that they tasted victory in that ball game a week ago gives them the sense that they know they can win. And he does not like that feeling. He knows if their team's not ready mentally, they'll lose the game.
Tracy Murray with a leaner for 2.
And to think he's only been here a few days, hasn't even gotten used to all the players.
The veteran, Spider Sally.
John Sally.
12 seconds. A 1-second differential on the shot clock. Childs clearing out. O'Bannon, 4 on the shot. Looked like a traveling call from here, and it is, with 2.6 seconds left. 2.6. Stoudemire will let it fly. Or he does, and it doesn't go. Tracy Murray with a little flare. 66-53. We are at the end of 3 quarters of play at Skydome.
For the Raptors is fight the guy trying to get position down low. He really does a good job of trying not to allow the offensive player to get position.
Blocked by Tracy Murray. Alvin Robertson drives, and it's in.
Look at that defense. Everybody's collapsing. Alvin Robertson, the steal and the dunk.
Oh boy, 25 points.
All created by good defense. The whole team collapsed and Alvin Robertson slapped the ball away. Look at that. Alvin Robertson is on the court. Damon Stoudemire plays better. There's more of a comfort level. And Kevin Edwards.
Game high. Alvin Robertson, what a night for him and for the Raptors. Here's Robertson again. Vern Fleming tugged on his jersey from behind.
Well, Butch Beard's worst fear just may come true, losing on the road to an expansion club. Oh my goodness. Jason Williams dunking over Ed Pickney, and then Raptors working again defensively. Ed Pickney not allowing Gilliam any opportunity to post up down low. Anderson tries to penetrate. Everybody helps out, but Chris Childs knocks in a deep three-pointer, and Brendan Malone enjoying every minute of his home opener.
Chris Childs drives. And we have a little confrontation between two former teammates, John Sally and Rick Mahorn, who were not happy with each other. Vern Fleming driving, great block by Willie Anderson. Alvin Robertson.
You know you're on a roll when Willie Anderson is coming up with the blocks. And Brendan Malone's yelling at his team, encouraging them to move, set screens, and the crowd.
Anderson. Robertson underneath tries the tip, and there's Robertson again. The ball hawk.
Relentless. His effort is absolutely relentless. He never gives up on the ball.
The crowd rises in the Skydome. 20 seconds left. The Toronto Raptors will win their first NBA game and their first NBA test. Orlando couldn't do it. Minnesota couldn't do it. Miami couldn't do it. Charlotte didn't do it. The Raptors, as an expansion team, will do it tonight.
And appropriately, that Damon Stoudemire will be putting on the finishing touches of this opening night win.
Butch Beard and the Nets won't go down without a fight, however. 16.8 seconds away from their first victory. Anderson spinning, blocked again, and they will not stop. And they will run the clock out. Anderson. They supplied the punch tonight. Alvin Robertson with the scoring punch for sure. Willie Anderson will try to add to the tally. 93-79, 8.9 left.
I'm just amazed looking around the Skydome, Rod. Nobody's leaving. Everybody is staying here, enjoying this historical moment.
94-79. 7 seconds. Childs throws up a three-pointer. Raptors, John Sally will hang on to the ball. And that ball is a piece of history. Brendan Malone. John Sally. Jimmy King and Alvin Robertson leading the way. The Toronto Raptors have won their season opener at home.
It was a good win. I mean, Raptors basically, played all the way through the game. They had a solid game from beginning to end, won the game rather easily, and it was just a tremendous day, tremendous event for the city, for the country, to have basketball finally here, and to win your first game. The fans loved it, and I got to remember, it's the first game in Skydome too, so fans were, what's it going to be like? Is it going to be okay? And it was okay. It wasn't perfect, but it was more than okay.
You think about bringing a franchise to a city that's never had basketball, and if it was a blowout,
You don't see it. You don't think about it until the unexpected happens. With Apollo Tenant Insurance, financial security is simple, fast, and always there when you need it. You can't control the unexpected, but you can limit the cost of loss and damage. Apollo Tenant Insurance, backed by our best price guarantee.
first impressions don't change. And it'd be hard to shake that. but they won a game. And although it's a low-scoring game, but that was reflecting of the times we were in, they won. And it's exciting for everybody there to experience a win. It's their first experience for probably a lot of them of NBA basketball, but it's definitely their first experience in Toronto watching a regular season, a game that counts, that's in the NBA.
This game was a damn mess for everybody involved. Oh my goodness. Like, this is like everybody is benched. Nobody come to practice without your running shoes because we are just doing wind sprints the whole entire day the next time. The Nets specifically had more turnovers than they had buckets. This was not the era of three-point shooting. There was 5 made threes the entire game. Only 19 were attempted. So it was a slugfest, if you will, a fight in the mud with the rain in a sweatsuit. It was a slog.
They won that first game by 15 points. You know, they held New Jersey under 80. I mean, that's the style of play it was back then. Bump, grind, you know, like very physical. But they took pride in that. It was big. The win was big because these guys had expectations. And you know what? So did Brendan Malone, being awarded the opportunity to be a head coach for the first time after winning championships with Detroit and, you know, being with good college programs at Syracuse. And like, he you know, he wanted to win too. And they were a prideful group. So it was huge that they got that win.
It's Damon Stoudemire, and thanks for watching the Toronto Raptors YouTube channel. Check out our latest videos and subscribe for more.
Stoudemire launches a 3, knocks it in. Stoudemire. Yes! What? Damon Stoudemire.